right, so let's go ahead and jump into some more case reviews for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And today we have up on deck the DBrand grip, one of my favorite cases for the iPhone series. And they actually are one of the limited cases that did the full coverage when it comes to the camera plateau. So let's go ahead and get into the shot. DBrand for sending this over to your boy always so I can go ahead and check it out. Now, you know, we got the other ones coming soon, the Tank and the Ghost case, especially that Ghost 2.0, man, because it's a good job. But even to see this grip, they also made some subtle improvements that I think a lot of grip lovers will love. So let's just go ahead and check it out. Now, when it comes to the DBrand grip, you know this is going to be a very rigid case. Not much give when it comes to the grip because we know this has a very good tight fit when it comes to it. And actually, just look at that profile. I really think DBrand slimmed some things up. Now, they didn't tell me they did, but holding this compared to holding previous grips, I do feel like things have took a, the Ozempic, all right, the shot, if that may be wrong. I don't want to talk about that, but it looked like this bad boy may have lost a little weight. Let's just say that and slimmed down just a little bit. Now, of course, on the sides, you're going to get your staple grip material. That's where it's going to get the name from. That's where you're really going to be able to feel it lock into your hands when you're talking about the grip. On the sides, you're going to get these little grips right there. And you know what? We used to get them on this side before Apple decided to add a little pesky camera control button, but it is what it is. Now, one improvement that DBrand has done with the buttons on the actual grip series is make them wider. Now, I never really complained about the previous buttons, but the fact that they made these buttons a little wider so you can really get more feel when it comes to the volume, up and down action, and the power button, it just makes it that much better, in my opinion, to get more real estate on your finger when you're actually pressing that button. Now, of course, these are going to have those air slits, and it's going to be textured when it comes to the button. So that's how it looks when it comes to the grip case. So it is going to be a wider button, and I think they did an excellent job in widening things up. On the inside, of course, you're going to get DBrand. You're going to get that magnet. On the bottom side, you see you will get your cutouts. And on the right side, you do get that camera control button, which looks so different than what you see out there on the market. And I can appreciate DBrand for just giving us a different look when it comes to that camera control button. And flipping it over on the back, of course, you can, the greatness of DBrand, you can switch it up, put whatever skin you want up there to kind of customize your liking, all right? This is what I got on my iPhone Air version of the DBrand grip, and we'll talk about that real quick. This thing feels so good when it comes to the Air. But of course, the grips is something that you can customize yourself to whatever that you want to do. And I love on the back side that they decided to go the whole route of covering up the camera plateau with those precise cutouts, if that's your thing. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you prefer the whole cutout of the camera plateau, or do you like for things to be precisely cut out like this one is right here? Let's go ahead and bring our scale over here. Let's see how much this bad boy weighs. You already know when it comes to the grip, she gonna be a little bit of a chunky case, okay? So we're talking about the case alone, we're looking at 53 grams. Like I told you, man, the grip is, the grip be in the gym. Or if it was woman, she a little thick. And I guess she can be in the gym and be thick at the same time. But let's just go ahead and slap the 17 Pro Max up in here. And let's see what kind of smack we, that's a felony slap right there. That is I'm calling the cops, all right? That's what that is when it comes to that pop on. I wouldn't expect nothing less when it comes to the grip. Let me make sure it was zeroed out, all right? Dropping it down, grip, 17 Pro Max, and tempered glass screen protectors. I know a lot of you say, T, your measurement is inaccurate. I have a tempered glass up there, so you have to match, you got to factor that in as well. 302 grams. Hefty, chunky, thick with 4 C's, if you know what I'm talking about, all right? So it is going to be a little thick, but when it runs to the DBrand grip, you guys should already know, because that's how it always is when it comes to the grip case. So let's just go ahead and check it out. On the front side, of course, I'm running a tempered glass screen protector, and you have that nice protection that's going to go up, flush in the middle for everybody who just can appreciate those swipe gestures, and then it goes back up when it comes to the bottom. You are able to feel that lip, so you're talking about lid on tear protection. You can feel it kind of hitting that cushion when you're doing this little emulated drop. Of course, it's not a real drop, but you can kind of feel it hitting these sides before it's hitting the screen. So the lay on tear protection, I think is pretty good. It definitely has that protection as it goes up on the top and as it goes down on the bottom. Flipping it over when we're talking about camera plateau. Now this, once again, I feel like it's going to give you more protection when they opt to cover the entire thing. When you're looking at it from the back side, you're going to kind of get a little bump on the back, but it is covered, and those cameras are recessed down up in there, along with the flash and the little LiDAR. They are recessed in there, so you definitely should be good to go. Even if you drop it on this backside, I think you'll be fine, and you shouldn't have to worry about damaging those lenses. So that's the beauty of having that fully enclosed look. Now, how does this case fit on the phone? And you know DBrand just always fits like a dream when it comes to being on the iPhone. On the top side, you're basically getting no pull, all right? And then you got to really go for it. Along the sides, you get a little pull there when it comes to your buttons, but that's still very, very firm. And as you go down, you get nothing. All right, no pull at all. Down on the bottom, very, very stiff. Look at the blood in my fingers, as I always say. Very, very stiff fit. Now let's go ahead and do the four corner test. We got the nice snap. Nice snap. Woo! This might be the best. That might be the best 4 snaps that we've ever had on a case on this channel. Every 4 of those slaps, calling the cops. All right, every single one of those, you calling the cops when you're talking about the smack. So excellent fit when it comes to the grip. That's always what I expect when it comes to this case. So good job, grip, when it comes to the actual fit on it. Now, how does this case feel inside of your hand? And that's where the things on the grip, you can feel it being a little bit more chunky, a little bit more girthy in your hands, pause, but you do feel like you have something that's substantial in your hand when we are talking about 17 Pro Max and grip. Now, when you're talking about air in the grip, guess what, man? This thing is still thin compared to this big boy right here. This is still thin. I know a lot of people don't like cases on their airs, but guess what? A lot of these cases still give you a very slim factor if that's what you want to look at. So it still feels pretty good in my opinion when you're talking about that slimness, but it does grip things up. Well, it does grip things up because of the grips on the sides. And that's basically how I feel. Now, one thing I always see in the comment section, with this pull, lint out your jeans, and who cares if it does or not, all right? I mean, you might have a little lint, just brush it off and use your phone like a normal human being. Then you don't got to worry about any lint, but it does have grips, and this grip does attract lint and different things like that. But in my opinion, listen, we're not looking for our phone to be lint proof. We're looking for protection when it comes to these phones, and especially these soft aluminum 17 series. So I think it does just fine. The grip is always good in my opinion. I mean, you can't really ask for much more when you're talking about gripping the device. And when it comes to those buttons, let's go ahead and test them out. Very nice and tactile buttons, always has been. Action. Not less tactile when it comes to the action power. And then when it comes to that camera control button, let's go ahead and test it out. So pressing it, it is fine. And when you're doing those swipes, camera control button seems to work very good if you're someone out there who uses those camera controls. Double click to get to your different modes, and that works. Let me see, double click, yep. So camera control button works fine. I don't see any issues with the camera control button when it comes to the grip, so good job there. Now, let's go ahead and bring MagSafe over. Let's go ahead and test these MagSafe magnets out. And as we know, we dropped the grip down on the actual MagSafe charger, MagSafe compatible. And lifting this bad boy up, you already see the grip gets the good magnets when it comes to that. Now, you know, I don't have the scientific measurements to measure magnetic force. And we got the good old trusty Nomad base, and this bad boy got a little bit of weight to it, all right? So any case that can pick this up and kind of hold it as I'm going kind of up and down, that's telling you that this bad boy has some decent magnets. So good job when it comes to DBrand with the grip series, with those magnets. Good job, man. Always solid magnets when it comes to the grip. Let's go ahead and bring over our wallet. If wallet is something that you want to use. So if you want to use your grip with the wallet, I mean, this is kind of emulating taking it in and out your jeans, and there's nobody taking their phone in and out their jeans like that. But when it comes to this, you might get a little bit of movement, but I mean, that's not bad at all. Of course, this kind of grip can be a little, the skin can be a little slippery, but when you're talking about putting this bad boy on, you see what I'm saying? Like, the grip is decent when it comes to a MagSafe wallet. So it does slip off a little bit. I have seen stronger, but it's still a good grip nonetheless. You're not going to be shaking your wallet, but something that you might shake and something that we're going to shake is going to be the MagSafe shake test. Now, once again, I can't really do a shake test as violent as I want to because, you know, the setup has changed, but let's just go ahead and do it anyway. So light shake, okay? Medium shake is where I feel this might come. So medium shake, as you see, did get that MagSafe battery pack to go flying off, but guess what? None of us are shaking our MagSafe battery pack. So this is going to be the DBrand grip sitting at $54.90 over on DBrand's website. Now, I wish they made the grip in the stores because you know DBrand, you can actually get them in stores now, but you can only get the Ghost, the Prism, and I think the Kill Switch for the Nintendo Switch, if I'm correct. And I went and go see the DBrand layout in Best Buy. It's actually a pretty dope look. I'll make sure to pop a picture right here. But the grips, I still feel like you got to go into Best Buy, not Best Buy, you got to go to the DBrand's website and go ahead and get these bad boys. So check them out, get whatever skin that you want to. Just like I stated, this is my 17 Pro Max, this is my iPhone Air with their latest skin right here. And I feel like you can get some dope looks to match up to the colors. I feel like this goes really good with the sky blue, although you can't see much of the sky blue because everything is covered up. But yeah, switch it up, man. Do what you do. Head over to DBrand's website, check it out. I think you'll be very satisfied if you are a grip person. And they even added the wider buttons on the grip for the Air, as wide as they can make it, because you know this case is already super thin enough. So really love this. I'm not really going to do a dedicated review on it because it's very similar to the 17 Pro Max version. So head over to DBrand website, go ahead and pick one up. And your boy not sponsored by DBrand. DBrand, what's up? We've been working together for too long, man. What's going on? All the big people and all the small people sponsor. What's going on, DBrand? Nah, I'm good, man. I appreciate them for always looking out for me, always have, and drop me these grip cases to review. Okay, so stay tuned, man. We got the DBrand Ghost coming up, and when the tank case gets sent to me, we're gonna get into that tank case, which is their all new case. Get subbed up. Love y'all. Catch you on the next video. Later.